Listen. Do you hear it? That sound, that clicking, the guttural mechanical trill that echoes through the jungle canopy, through concrete canyons, through your worst nightmares. It's not the sound of an animal. It's not the sound of a machine. It's the sound of something watching you. Something that has traveled across light years of cold, dead space for one single purpose: to hunt, to kill, to claim your skull as a trophy. You can run, you can hide, you can prey, but when the Yautja, the creature we call the predator, has marked you as prey, your fate is already sealed. The hunt has begun. And you're already dead. You just don't know it yet. Today, we're descending into the complete, terrifying truth of the Predator universe. We're going to expose everything: their biology, their twisted code of honor, their arsenal of death, and the blood-soaked timeline of every encounter they've had with humanity. This isn't just a deep dive. This is a survival guide for a threat that has been stalking us for centuries. So turn off the lights, lock your doors, because once you understand what the Yautja truly are, you'll never feel safe in the dark again. The hunt begins now. Let me paint you a picture of pure terror. Imagine standing in a jungle at night. The air is thick, humid, suffocating. You hear something move in the trees above you, something massive. You look up, and for just a split second, you see it. A silhouette, 7 feet tall, rippling with inhuman muscle. Then it's gone, vanished. But you know it's still there, still watching, still deciding whether you're worth the effort to kill. This is the Yautja, and they are a living nightmare engineered by evolution and culture to be the perfect apex predator. Their homeworld, Yautja Prime, is a planet we can barely comprehend. A world of endless jungles, extreme temperatures, and savage wildlife where only the strongest survive. Every Yautja is born into this crucible of violence, shaped from birth to hunt, to kill, to conquer. They stand over 7 feet tall, some reaching 8, with strength that can rip a human's spine from its body with one hand. Their agility defies their size. They move through trees like ghosts, leap impossible distances, and strike with a speed that makes death instantaneous. But their appearance? That's where the true horror lives. Their faces are an abomination. 4 mandibles spread wide to reveal rows of serrated teeth designed to tear through flesh and bone. Their skin, mottled and reptilian, seems to shift in the light, patterns that would make military camouflage look like a child's toy. And those appendages hanging from their heads, like dreadlocks made of something alive, something wrong. Scientists in the films have theorized they might be sensory organs, or perhaps thermal regulators. The truth? We don't know, and maybe we're better off not knowing. Their blood tells its own horrifying story. When wounded, they bleed a luminescent green ichor that glows in the dark, acidic enough to burn, alien enough to send every instinct in your body screaming that this thing should not exist. It's a reminder with every drop, this is not of our world. This is something that evolved in the cold mathematics of a different universe, where humanity isn't the top of the food chain, where we're not even close. And their eyes. God, their eyes. The Yautja see the world in a way that turns us into nothing more than heat signature targets. Their vision operates primarily in the infrared spectrum. They see your body heat, the warmth of your breath, the racing pulse of your terrified heart. In the first film, it took a genius move by Dutch Schaefer to realize that covering yourself in cold mud could mask your thermal signature. But here's the nightmare. They adapted. Later predators have multiple vision modes in their biomasks: infrared, electromagnetic, ultraviolet. They can see your fear in a dozen different wavelengths. That mask, that iconic insect-like mask, is more than protection. It's a death's head, an alien skull that houses technology beyond our comprehension. It filters their alien atmosphere into something breathable. It provides targeting data for their weapons. It translates human speech, allowing them to mimic our words, to mock us with our own voices as they close in for the kill. When you hear that clicking through the mask, processed and amplified, it's not just a sound. It's a promise, a countdown to your death. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Yautja isn't their physical form or their technology. It's their culture. These creatures don't hunt to survive. They don't kill to eat or to defend territory. They hunt for sport, for honor, for the pure sadistic thrill of testing themselves against the most dangerous prey in the galaxy. Every Yautja lives and dies by the hunt. It's their religion, their politics, their art, their reason for existing. Young predators must complete hunts to earn their place in society. Veterans accumulate trophies, skulls, spines, entire skeletons displayed in their ships like grotesque museums of death. And here's where it gets truly chilling. They have a code, rules that govern their hunts. They won't kill the weak, the sick, the pregnant, the unarmed. Not out of mercy, never mercy, but because there's no honor in easy prey. You have to be worthy of death. You have to be strong, armed, dangerous. Only then is your skull have value. Only then is your death meaningful to them. Think about that for a moment. To a predator, the best thing you can be is a challenging kill. Your strength isn't a defense, it's an invitation. Your weapons aren't protection, they're a reason for you to die. The more dangerous you are, the more they want to hunt you. And if a Yautja is defeated, if they fail in their sacred hunt, they activate a self-destruct device built into their wrist gauntlet, a small nuclear explosion that vaporizes everything within a several block radius. It's not a tactical decision, it's a final act of honor, destroying their technology, their body, and any evidence of their failure, taking their shame and anyone nearby straight to hell. The question isn't whether the Yautja are the most terrifying creatures in cinema history. The question is, how have we survived them this long? And why do they keep coming back?
Now, let's talk about how they kill us. Because understanding the Yautja's biology is one thing, but understanding their weapons, their instruments of death, that's where the real terror lives. These aren't just tools, they're extensions of their hunting philosophy, each one designed to kill in the most efficient, brutal, and honorable way possible. The plasma caster. Let's start with the icon. Mounted on their shoulder, linked directly to their biomask's targeting system, this weapon is a marvel of terrifying technology. It fires superheated plasma bolts that can punch through concrete, metal, and human bodies like they're made of paper. The targeting is perfect, 3 red laser dots that appear on your chest right before you're vaporized. The sound it makes as it charges, that high-pitched whine, is the last thing countless victims have heard. And here's the nightmare. It's voice-activated. The predator just looks at you, and you die. No time to run, no time to hide, just instant obliteration. Then there are the wrist blades. Retractable, razor-sharp claws that extend from their gauntlet with a distinctive snicked sound. These are for close quarters kills, for the personal touch. The Yautja use these when they want to feel your death, when they want to see the light leave your eyes as they drive 18 inches of alien metal through your chest. The blades are strong enough to pierce bone, sharp enough to slice through Kevlar, and they've claimed more human lives than any other weapon in their arsenal. When a predator extends its wrist blades, it's not preparing to kill you, it's announcing that your death will be intimate, personal, honorable. The combi stick, a retractable spear that can extend to over 7 feet in length. This weapon turns the Yautja into ancient warriors, hunters from humanity's darkest past, given alien technology. They use it to impale victims from a distance, to pin humans to walls and trees like insects in a collector's case. There are documented cases of combi sticks going completely through multiple victims at once. One thrust, multiple deaths. Efficient, brutal, terrifying. The Smart Disc might be the most sadistic weapon they possess. It's a razor-sharp throwing disc that can slice through anything: flesh, bone, metal. But here's what makes it nightmare fuel. It's remotely controlled. A predator throws it, and the disc flies through the air, cutting through victims, ricocheting off walls, changing direction mid-flight. It returns to the thrower's hand like a loyal pet, dripping with blood. You can't predict it, you can't dodge it, you just hear it spinning through the air, a metallic scream, and then there's the net gun. Seems simple, right? Wrong. This weapon fires a net made of serrated metal cables that immediately constricts around its target. The more you struggle, the tighter it gets, the deeper the razors cut. Victims have been found sliced to ribbons, their own movements turning the net into a web of blades. It's a trap, a torture device, a way to watch prey kill itself. And then, the cloaking device. This is the weapon that makes the Yautja truly unstoppable. Active camouflage that bends light around their bodies, rendering them almost completely invisible. You see a shimmer in the air, like heat waves, like reality glitching, and then nothing. They could be standing right next to you. They could be watching you from 5 feet away. You'd never know until the wrist blades slide between your ribs. The cloaking isn't perfect. Water disrupts it. Damage to the device creates visible distortions. Blood makes them visible. But in the jungle, in the shadows, in the chaos of combat, it's as close to real invisibility as physics allows. And it means anywhere, at any time, a predator could be hunting you, and you'd never see it coming. But here's the most terrifying part about their weapons. They're customizable. Each Yautja chooses their loadout based on their hunting style, their prey, their personal honor code. Some carry additional weapons we've only glimpsed: whips with razored ends, mines, different projectile weapons, even melee weapons that look like they were forged in hell itself. Every predator is a walking armory of death, and every weapon is designed with one purpose: to kill the most dangerous prey in the most honorable way possible. That prey? That's us.
The Yautja didn't just arrive yesterday. They've been here for centuries, hunting us, studying us, collecting our skulls. And every documented encounter tells a story of blood, terror, and the thin line between survival and death. Let me walk you through the timeline of our nightmare. 1719, the first blood, prey. The Great Plains of North America, the Comanche Nation, a young warrior named Naru discovers something impossible hunting in the wilderness, a creature that doesn't belong. This is the feral predator, a more primitive version of the species, but no less deadly. It tears through French trappers, grizzly bears, and Comanche warriors with equal savagery. The hunt culminates in a brutal showdown where Naru uses the predator's own weapons against it. But here's what keeps me up at night. This wasn't the first hunt. This was just the first one we know about. How many other encounters were there, lost to history? How many tribes and civilizations met these creatures and left no records because no one survived to tell the tale? 1987, the jungle screams. Prey. Central American jungle, a rescue mission gone to hell. Major Dutch Schaefer and his team of elite commandos become prey for the jungle hunter. This is where humanity gets its first real, documented encounter with Yautja technology and hunting methods. The predator stalks them, picks them off one by one, claims their skulls and spines as trophies. The tension in that jungle is suffocating. Every shadow could be death. Every sound could be the last thing you hear. Dutch survives by outsmarting the creature, covering himself in mud, using guerrilla tactics, ultimately defeating it in hand-to-hand combat. But the victory is hollow. The Predator's dying act is to activate that self-destruct device, nearly killing Dutch and obliterating all evidence. The message is clear. Even in defeat, they win, and they're not afraid to die. 1997, the city bleeds. Predator 2. Los Angeles, a heat wave, gang warfare, the perfect hunting ground. The city hunter arrives during a time of maximum violence and chaos, preying on drug cartels and anyone caught in the crossfire. Lieutenant Mike Harrigan realizes something impossible is happening. Victims skinned alive, bodies hung from rafters, kills that no human could accomplish. The hunt moves from the streets to the rooftops, from meatpacking plants to subway trains, and finally onto a predator ship hidden in the city. That final scene, walking into the trophy room and seeing dozens of skulls from different species, including an alien skull, that's when we realize Earth isn't special. We're just another hunting ground in a galaxy full of prey. The Predators give Harrigan a trophy as respect for his victory, an antique pistol from 1715. Proof they've been here for centuries. Proof they're never gonna come back. 2004, The Ancient Truth, Alien vs. Predator. Antarctica, an ancient pyramid buried under the ice. This is where everything changes. We learn that the Yautja have been coming to Earth for thousands of years, teaching ancient civilizations, being worshipped as gods. The pyramid is a training ground. Young predators prove themselves by hunting xenomorphs, the perfect prey, in ritual combat. But the humans activate the pyramid's defenses, releasing xenomorphs and trapping everyone in a three-way battle for survival. The horror is layered. Not only are humans insignificant in this ancient war, but we learn that predators have been using Earth as a proving ground for millennia. We were never safe. We were never in control. We've always been part of their game. 2007, The Contamination. Aliens vs. Predator, Requiem. Gunnison, Colorado, a small American town. A predator ship crashes carrying xenomorph specimens and something worse, a pred alien, a hybrid abomination born from a xenomorph bursting from a predator's chest. The town becomes a war zone. The lone veteran predator, Wolf, arrives to clean up the mess, and he doesn't care about human casualties. He melts bodies with acid, destroys evidence, kills infected humans without hesitation. This film shows us something terrifying. When the Yautja make mistakes, their containment protocol is absolute. Erase everything. Everyone. No witnesses, no evidence. The military nukes the town at the end. A cover-up. Business as usual. How many times has this happened before? 2010, The Game Preserve. Not Earth, somewhere else. A jungle planet that exists solely as a Yautja hunting ground. The world's most dangerous humans, soldiers, mercenaries, assassins, criminals, are abducted and dropped here as prey. This is where we learn about the super predators, a larger, more aggressive subspecies at war with the classic predators. They're bigger, stronger, more brutal, and they've perfected the art of the hunt. They keep prey species in cages, breeding them for future hunts. They use predator hounds, hellish beasts that tear humans apart. The horror of this film is existential. Earth isn't the only hunting ground. There are other worlds, other game preserves, other humans being hunted right now that we'll never know about. 2018, The Evolution. The Predator. Earth, present day. A fugitive predator crashes, pursued by an upgrade predator, a genetically enhanced monster that represents a new, terrifying direction for the species. The upgrade predator is 11 feet tall, powerful enough to rip classic predators apart with his bare hands. It's been enhanced with DNA from conquered species, making it faster, stronger, deadlier. This film reveals something horrifying. The Yautja are evolving, adapting. Some are abandoning the old code of honor in favor of genetic supremacy.
They're not content to remain the greatest hunters in the galaxy. They want to become gods, and they're using harvested DNA, including human DNA, to do it. The film ends with humanity gaining Predator technology, the Predator killer suit, but it feels less like a victory and more like the beginning of a new phase in an ancient war.
So here we are, at the end of this journey into darkness, and if you've made it this far, you understand the truth. The Predator franchise isn't just about aliens hunting humans, it's about confronting our place in the universe, about accepting that we're not special, we're not safe, we're prey. The Yautja are the physical manifestation of our deepest fears, that somewhere in the darkness something is watching, something stronger, smarter, more advanced, something that sees us not as fellow beings worthy of communication or understanding, but as trophies, as challenges, as sport. Their culture is fascinating and horrifying in equal measure. They've built an entire civilization around the concept of the hunt, elevating killing to an art form, a religion, a code of honor that spans millennia. They don't hate us, that would almost be a comfort. They respect us just enough to consider us worth hunting. In that respect, it's the coldest, most terrifying thing in the universe. Think about what we've learned. They've been here for centuries, maybe millennia, hunting humans throughout history, influencing ancient cultures, taking trophies from every era of our existence. They're not alone. There are different subspecies, different clans, internal conflicts, and civil wars. The Yautja we've encountered might be scouts, youngbloods, or outcasts. The true force of their civilization, we've never seen it. They're evolving. The upgrade predators represent a new threat, Yautja who've abandoned tradition for genetic supremacy, who see themselves as destined to dominate not just through skill, but through biological superiority. Their war with the xenomorphs spans millennia, two of the deadliest species in the galaxy, locked in an ancient conflict, and humanity is just collateral damage caught in the crossfire. They have technology we can barely comprehend, faster than light travel, active camouflage, energy weapons, genetic engineering, and they use it all in service of one goal, the hunt. But here's the most disturbing realization. In every film, in every encounter, humanity has survived only through luck, ingenuity, and the Yautja's own code of honor. Dutch survived because he outsmarted his opponents and fought with honor. Harrigan survived because he proved himself worthy. Alexa survived AVP because she allied with a predator against xenomorphs. Royce survived because the predators were fighting each other. We've never truly won. We've just survived. And survival isn't victory. It's a stay of execution. The Predator universe forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. What happens when humanity isn't the apex predator? What happens when our weapons, our intelligence, our civilization mean nothing against a species that's been perfecting the art of killing for thousands of years? What happens when the monsters from our nightmares are real, have spaceships, and consider Earth a game preserve? The clicking sound, the shimmer in the air, the 3 red dots appearing on your chest, these aren't just horror movie tropes, they're warnings, reminders that in the vast, cold darkness of space, humanity is small, vulnerable, and delicious prey for something that will never stop hunting. Every Predator film adds another layer to this nightmare. From the jungles of Central America to the ice fields of Antarctica, from alien planets to small-town America, the Yautja have proven one thing: nowhere is safe. No amount of firepower, technology, or courage can guarantee survival. You can only hope that if you encounter one, you fight with enough honor to make your death meaningful to them. Because that's all we are to the Yautja in the end: potential honor, potential trophies, potential proof of their superiority. So tonight, when you hear a sound outside your window, when you see something move in the shadows that shouldn't be there, when you feel eyes on you that you can't explain, Remember what you've learned here. Remember that humanity has been hunted for centuries by something that sees us as sport. Remember that the clicking sound isn't just in the movies. The Yautja are out there. They've always been out there. And one day, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe years from now, you might hear that clicking. You might see that shimmer. You might become part of the hunt. And when that happens, there's only one question that matters. Will you be worthy prey? Will your skull be valuable enough to hang in their trophy room? Will you die with honor, or will you die screaming? The hunt never ends. It's been going on for centuries, across galaxies, claiming victims from countless species. Earth is just one stop on an endless tour of death, and we're just the latest in a long line of prey. Sleep tight, lock your doors, cover yourself in mud if it makes you feel better, but remember, they've been perfecting the hunt for thousands of years, and they've never stopped coming back. The clicking sound? It's getting closer, and this time, it might be for you.
So that's the complete, terrifying truth about the predator universe. But I want to hear from you. If you encountered a Yautja, what would you do? Fight or run? And which predator films scared you the most? Drop your answers in the comments. I'll be reading every single one. If this video gave you nightmares, smash that like button and subscribe for more horror deep dives. Hit the notification bell because trust me, you want to be ready when the next hunt begins. Until next time, stay alert, stay armed, and whatever you do, don't go into the jungle alone. The hunt is never over.